So, Leo, here's what I want you to picture. You're at the airport. You've been waiting at your gate for an hour. The departure board suddenly changes. Your flight now says canceled, and your heart just drops. You walk up to the counter. The agent looks at you. And what's the first thing you say?
I say, my flight is canceled. Wait, that's wrong, isn't it?
That's exactly what most learners say. But here's the thing, it's not technically wrong. It's just incomplete. And that one simple word choice makes you sound unsure. And it makes you miss opportunities. Today I'm going to give you phrases that actually get you results.
Hey everyone, welcome to Speak Like a Native. I'm Leo.
And I'm Maya. And Leo, let me ask you, when a flight gets canceled, what do you actually want?
I want a new flight. I want to get to where I'm going. And honestly, I want compensation.
Exactly. So the single most powerful phrase you can use at an airline counter is not about the cancellation itself. It's about what comes next. And that phrase is, what are my options?
What are my options? That's really simple.
It is simple, but simple doesn't mean weak. This phrase does two things. First, it shows that you know you have rights. And second, it invites the agent to work with you instead of giving you a single answer. Let me show you what I mean.
Okay, I'm ready.
Imagine this. You walk up and say, "Hi, my flight was canceled. What are my options?" The agent knows you're asking about rebooking. But they might also offer you vouchers, meals, hotel accommodations, depending on the situation, because the phrase is open. It's not demanding. It's collaborative.
So the word options is the key.
It's the key. Now let me give you another version, slightly more direct. Can you help me with my options? That's even softer.
Can you help me with my options? I like that. It almost sounds like you're asking for their expertise.
Exactly. And when you show respect to the agent, guess what? They are more likely to help you. Now, let's talk about the second most important phrase. This one is about compensation.
Ooh, I think I know this one. Can I get a voucher? Right?
Perfect. You just said it. Can I get a voucher? In the US, when a flight is canceled or significantly delayed, especially due to something the airline controls, like a mechanical issue, airlines often offer meal vouchers, hotel vouchers, or even travel credits.
Okay, but Maya, I've heard that saying, can I get a voucher sounds too pushy.
It only sounds pushy if you use it as your first line. If you walk up and say, "Give me a voucher," that's pushy. But if you say, "Excuse me, my flight was canceled. I was wondering, is there any compensation available?" That's polite, professional, and gets the same result.
Is there any compensation available? I need to write that down.
Write it down. Now, let me share a story that will make this all real. Last year, I was flying from New York to Chicago. My flight was delayed by 4 hours because of a maintenance issue. I saw all these passengers standing at the counter saying, "This is terrible and my meeting is ruined," and they got nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing. Because they were complaining about the problem, not asking for the solution. I walked up and said, "Hi, I understand this is a maintenance delay. Is there any meal voucher or lounge access you can offer while we wait?" The agent smiled and handed me a $15 meal voucher. $15. The person before me was yelling and got zero.
Wow. So the tone changes everything.
Tone and phrasing. Now let's go deeper. What if the agent says, "We can put you on the 8 p.m. flight," and that doesn't work for you? What do you say?
No, that doesn't work for me.
That works, but there's a stronger phrase. Are there any other alternatives? Or could you check other airlines? This is called rebooking on a partner airline. In the US, if an airline can't get you to your destination within a reasonable time, they may put you on a different airline at no extra cost.
Wait, really? They'll put you on another airline?
It depends on the airline and the situation, but if you never ask, you'll never know. So here's the full script for you, Leo. Walk up, slight smile. Hi, my flight was canceled. What are my options for getting to today?
Hi, my flight was canceled. What are my options for getting to Chicago today?
That's it. Now wait for their answer. If they offer a flight that doesn't work, say, are there any other alternatives? Could you check with a partner airline?
Okay, and for compensation?
Also, since this is a delay controlled by the airline, is there any meal voucher or compensation available?
Perfect. I feel like I can handle this now.
Good, but let me warn you about a few common mistakes. First mistake, using the wrong preposition. Some learners say, my flight was canceled from the airline. No, it's my flight was canceled by the airline.
By the airline, not from.
Exactly. Second mistake, saying, I'm waiting for my new flight. That's fine grammatically, but native speakers say, I'm waiting to be rebooked.
I'm waiting to be rebooked.
Third mistake, and this is the one I see the most with Chinese speakers and Arabic speakers, saying, I want directly. I want a new flight. It's grammatically correct, but it sounds very direct. Almost demanding, instead use I was hoping to, or could you help me?
So instead of I want a hotel voucher, I say I was hoping to get a hotel voucher.
Exactly. And that one change can completely change how the agent responds to you. Now, let me give you one more phrase that's incredibly useful for delays, not just cancellations.
I'm ready.
When your flight is delayed, not canceled, just delayed, and you're stuck at the airport for hours, you can say, is there an estimated departure time yet? Or do we have an update on the status?
Is there an estimated departure time yet? That's good.
And if the delay is long enough, you can ask, is there a lounge pass available for passengers affected by this delay?
That's smart. I always thought lounge passes were only for first class.
Not always. During delays, airlines sometimes give lounge passes to any passenger. You just have to ask. Now, let me ask you a question. If your flight is canceled and the agent offers you a flight for the next morning, but you want to fly out today, what do you say?
I say, are there any other alternatives? I was hoping to arrive today.
Beautiful. You're a natural. Now let's do a full practice round. I'll be the airline agent. You be the passenger. Ready?
Ready.
Good afternoon. How can I help you?
Hi, my flight to San Francisco was canceled. What are my options for getting there today?
Let me check. The next available flight is tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
Tomorrow morning. Are there any other alternatives? Could you check partner airlines?
Let me see. Actually, there's a United flight leaving in 3 hours. I can put you on that one.
That would be great. Also, since this was a cancellation, is there any meal voucher or compensation available?
Absolutely. Here's a $12 meal voucher, and I'll waive the change fee.
Thank you so much.
Leo, that was fantastic. You sounded calm, confident, and you got results.
I have to say, I feel way more confident. It's funny, the phrases are so simple, but knowing the order, ask for options first, then ask for compensation. That's the real trick.
That's the real trick. Most people do it backward. They complain about the situation before they ask for help. Now, here's a final thought. If you're traveling in the US, always be polite, always say thank you, but always ask, because the worst they can say is no.
And if they say no, you're in the same position you were before you asked.
Exactly. Zero risk, potential reward. Now, Leo, I have a challenge for our listeners.
I love challenges.
Next time you're at an airport, or even just imagining the scenario, practice the full interaction out loud. Say it to yourself in the mirror. My flight was canceled. What are my options? Because when you've said it out loud before, you won't freeze when it matters.
That's great advice. And listeners, if you have a flight delay story, share it in the comments. Tell us what the airline said and how you handled it.
Yes, we want to hear from you. And if you want more travel English that actually works in real situations, hit subscribe. We're here every day.
Thanks, Maya. This was incredibly helpful.
My pleasure. And remember, speak like a native, not like a textbook.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.